Well, with E3 being over, there were a lot of games that were announced. Some were good, some were okay, and others were just like, what the fuck did I just watch? But in today's video, I will be talking about my top 10 games that were announced at E3 that I am excited for. Let's get right to it. So coming in at number 1, we have Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Now, I am very excited for this game. For one, I did play Wolfenstein New Order. I have not yet played Wolfenstein, that other small game that came with the Wolfenstein. It was something like a DLC, Wolfenstein, gosh, I don't even remember the name. But I did play the Wolfenstein New Order, and I did fall in love with the game. I mean, it was, in my opinion, it was a mix of it was a first-person shooter game, but it didn't feel like a first-person shooter game. It felt more like it didn't feel like a Call of Duty type game. It felt more, I don't know, it just felt different. So when they announced for Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus, I was so excited for that. I am excited because I know that now Agent, what's his name, J.D. Blazkowicz, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, did not die in the last game, New Order, which I was really bummed at the end of that game, where he actually, apparently, it makes it look like he died, but apparently he didn't die because he's back in the new game, Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus. So that's been my first game. That's one of the games I'm most excited for. Now, coming in at number 2, we have Life is Strange Before the Storm. Now, this is a game I actually am excited for this game. I did play Life is Strange, the first game that was done by Square Enix. They do the Tomb Raider series, which the reason why I actually decided to play the Life is Strange games is because the creators of the game are also the creators of Tomb Raider. Now, I was a bit hesitant on playing the game at first because from the graphic settings, it didn't look as appealing, but once you start getting into the game, it's a great story. I'm actually very excited that you actually get to play as Chloe, the rebellious girl in the game, in the previous game. I'm actually excited to see what happens, because considering this is actually before the storm, if those of you who are not aware, at the end of the game, a storm came and basically the whole town was obliterated, or you had an option between to choose killing your friend or killing your friend and saving the town, or destroying the town and saving your friend. So this game is basically taking place before the storm happened, playing as Chloe, the one who's basically the rebellious girl in the game that you're friends with. Now, I am actually very excited to actually play this because I get to actually see Chloe's side of the story before we play as, gosh, I don't even remember the other girl's name, but we get to see the side of her we get to play as Chloe, who is also friends with Amber, the girl who went missing, the girl we're actually trying to find in the previous game. So this is another game I am actually excited for. Now, coming in at number 3, we have Skull and Bones. Now, this is a game I am excited for, but I'm not putting my hopes up too high. For one, it looks a lot similar to Assassin's Creed Black Flag, more on the ship battling side. Now, I hope it's not going to be as similar. From what I can tell, it looks like, from what we saw at E3, it might look like, but I'm kind of hoping for the best and hoping that it doesn't have a lot of the same features. Not features being the same control mechanics and things like that. Though I did not like the ship battles in Black Flag because it was too much focus on that. Well, the game is set in a pirate stage, so you do expect ship battles, but there was a lot of emphasis on the ship battles on Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, with Skull and Bones, this is actually pretty fun because you actually get a co-op with your friends fighting other players on pirate ships. This is something I'm actually really excited for. I hope I can get my friends to get this game because I'm actually gonna have so much fun with this game. I'm not keeping my hopes up because it's a game from Ubisoft, and I mean I don't need to say much about that, but I am excited for Skull and Bones. I'm actually going to keep my hopes up. Most of the games here, I'm not going to purchase all of them. There are only going to be a few selected games I'm actually going to purchase. I'll probably make a video that maybe at some point in time, my top 5 games I'm actually going to buy from the whole list of my top 10 games. I will keep an eye out on all the games that I'm actually going to say, but Skull and Bones I also am excited for. Coming in at number 4, we have Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, I am very excited for this game. For one, we're playing in Egypt. Second, it's open world, and also it's the beginning story of like the first assassins that I guess were started way thousands of years, like in BC or whatever. I am very excited for this game. The gameplay from what I saw at E3 looks very, very good. I hope though the gameplay we saw on E3 is not just like everything's going to be downgraded, because that usually tends to happen sometimes with Ubisoft games. But I am still excited for this game nonetheless. So Assassin's Creed Origins is on number 4 on my list. Very excited for that. I probably will pick this up. I'll probably purchase the game, but I probably won't pick it up at release date. I'll probably pick it up once the price goes down a notch and once the game kind of settles down. So that way I can get an idea of how the game is, see other people playing the game, and I'm not just rushing in paying $60 for a game that in the end it's just going to be like, why did I even buy this game? I'm going to wait a bit, probably get it off CD keys, but I'm just going to wait. Anyways, Assassin's Creed Origin, very excited for this game, and that's number 4 on my list. Coming in at number 5, we have Far Cry 5. Now, I love the Far Cry series. I don't like though that in the Far Cry series with Far Cry 4, it was a lot of repetitive, like destroy the towers, go to this place, go to that place, destroy this tower. It kind of got a lot of repetitive. I hope in Far Cry 5 they kind of change that up and don't make it as repetitive, certain missions as repetitive, like go to this, take this camp out, go to this place, take this camp out, take out this communication. I hope they kind of the missions that you do are kind of different. They're not just all repetitive sometimes. I am excited for this because for one, you have to take out a church cult, which is actually well, I guess in my opinion, it's very interesting. I mean, you have to go and I'm not sure who you're playing as. I haven't yet fully read into the game itself. I just saw it at the E3 announcement. But for what I can tell, you're playing as either some military or some agent, and you're going in, you have to take out these cultists that are apparently preaching in the name of the Lord and killing people, or essentially from what the trailer saw, it looks like they were killing also African American people. Now, some people I've heard the game is like very controversial because you're Christians and they're killing other people and it's kind of racist. But anyways, I am very excited for Far Cry 5. I do hope that the missions will not be repetitive, just like in Far Cry 4. Far Cry 4 was a good game, but I did not like the repetitive missions. It kind of, in my opinion, kind of got me bored and it wanted me to kind of like quit the game, but I just wanted to see how the game ended. But Far Cry 5, very excited for that. Coming in at number 6, we have Metro Exodus. Now, I will say I am not that huge of a fan of Metro. To be honest, I never even heard the game until a friend of mine mentioned the Metro series. I did play Metro 1, the first one. I haven't played Metro New Light, but I will be playing that. I am excited for Metro Exodus. For one, I actually want to see how this game is going to be, considering how the Metro games from the previous Metro games during the time they were released, they were actually very, very interesting games. Like the story itself is very interesting, so I am very interested and excited to see what Metro Exodus has to offer in this game. There was not much like, I'm pretty sure there was gameplay on Metro Exodus which I have not seen yet. I'll probably, maybe if I find something, I'll stick in this video, but I am very excited for Metro Exodus. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of the game. I didn't really know much about the game until my friend mentioned it to me, but playing the first game and seeing a little bit of the second game, Metro New Light, I believe that's what it's called, Metro New Light. Seeing a little bit of that, I can pretty much guarantee that the game Metro Exodus is going to be very good. I am also very excited for this game, and I hope this game lives up to the Metro expectation we have from the previous Metro games. Coming in at number 7, we have Middle-earth Shadows of War. Now, this game, I cannot say how excited I am for this game. I am a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, and anytime they announce a game of Lord of the Rings, except for Lord of the Rings Online, I cannot play that. I just cannot get myself to play that game. I tried it once, did not like it. Anyways, Middle-earth Shadows of War. Love the game, love the previous game. It has this, I guess you would say, it feels like I'm playing Batman the Arkham Knight, or any of the previous Batman games with the game mechanics, the way you fight, the way you move. It also has a feel of a little bit of Assassin's Creed parkour to it, but not a lot. It has a mixture of both, of Batman and Assassin's Creed. Also, it's Lord of the Rings. Anything that says Lord of the Rings, I'm basically gonna get it. Unless it's Lord of the Rings Online. I will not play that game. But anyways, Middle-earth Shadows of War continues with, after we take out the Dark Lord, not Sauron, but the Dark Lord in the previous game, Middle-earth Shadows of Mordor. Love that game to death. I'm probably gonna love this game to death again. But Middle-earth Shadows of War, very excited for this game. Love how you can actually, it's more now of creating your armies and attacking, I guess, fortresses, creating armies. Just like, though I am a bit disappointed in how, from what I can see, the missions are going to be a little bit the same from Shadows of Mordor, where you have to go recruit your commanders, recruit armies, and then get them all together, attack a fort, complete the mission. I do love how there's going to be actually more humans in this story, considering how the previous game you only had there was that one girl that what was her name? That witch? I think she was a witch. I don't know. Don't remember. That old lady who was possessed. You had like a few human characters, but from what I can tell in this game, you're going to have a lot more variety of other human characters in this game. So for Middle-earth Shadows of War, very excited for this game. Now coming in at number 8, we have Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, Star Wars Battlefront, the first one, Star Wars Battlefront, EA as it was called, I never even purchased the game. I got it from a friend who let me borrow the game, and it gets kind of boring after a while. There was no story, there was barely any space battles, there was even no campaign. It was just, I guess it just more felt like it was, in my opinion, I feel like the game was brought out because the new Star Wars movie was coming out, and people who are going to watch the Star Wars movie are going to be like, oh wait, there's a new Star Wars game coming out, let's purchase this one, and also we saw the movie. So I feel like it's going to be like that. The heroes, you had to get these little power-ups from in the game, and that kind of bummed me out because in the old games, the heroes were only available to you if you got a certain amount of kills. Now with Star Wars Battlefront 2, there's going to be a campaign. I believe there's going to be space battles I'm not sure, I think. But I love how you're going to be able to play as clone troopers, droids, stormtroopers, heroes like Darth Maul, the new girl from the new Star Wars movie. Jeez, I forgot her name. I can't believe it. I just forgot her name. Wow. Anyways, we get to play as the new girl from the new Star Wars movie. We get to play as Luke, Darth Vader. I'm pretty sure we get to basically play as the heroes we wanted to play, from the heroes that were basically allowed to play in the old Battlefront 2. Now, for this game, I'm very excited that there's actually going to be a campaign. Love how they're actually integrating the campaign. Love how they're not going to put season pass, from what I heard, because that season pass for the previous game was like $50. It's like buying 2 games. And the thing is, with the season pass in the other game, you didn't know what you were going to get, and then some of the stuff that you got were just basically you were able to earn it in game. But glad how they're not putting a season pass. Glad how they're doing the free monthly DLC thing, I'm pretty sure something like The Witcher did. Probably the DLC we're gonna get is nothing too big. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be something that's gonna be cause for like maybe an expansion, or maybe something that is not too much. But the thing of the no season pass is probably gonna be switched with maybe an expansion pass that's probably worth like $20, or maybe $15. I don't know. But anyways, very excited for Star Wars Battlefront. Can't wait to get my hands on it. Can't wait. Hopefully they have a beta to this game. Hopefully like they did with the previous game. But anyways, very excited for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Coming in at number 9, we have The Evil Within 2. Now, I currently don't own The Evil Within, the first one that came out, so I can't say much on the game and the gameplay and the game series itself, but I will say is that I'm actually excited for the game Evil Within just by looking at the trailer. I am excited for the game. Not sure if I'll pick it up, not sure if I'll actually play it. I might actually just watch someone else play it, or maybe just see if one of my friends picked it up and got it. But anyways, excited for The Evil Within. Like I said, don't own the previous game, so I can't say much and too much about the game since I don't really know how the story is and what was the story in the previous one, and if this one's actually going to continue with the first one. So, but I am excited for The Evil Within. I will like to see how the game is once it releases. And finally, coming in at number 10, we have the game A Way Out, a co-op game which has you break out of prison with either a friend in a split screen or online. Now, the only thing I'm very excited for this game though, because I've always been wanting to find a game that has you, the main story is a co-op game. Not like Assassin's Creed where some of the co-op were kind of like side missions. It wasn't really the same mission. Well, unless I'm mistaken, but from what I remember when I played Assassin's Creed Unity, the co-op were like more like side missions you can do. Now, what I love about this game, A Way Out, is that the main story is a co-op game. The only thing I kind of am, well, considering how the game is, if it's a co-op game, not sure if you're going to be able to have one game and use like 2 controllers, but they do have the split screen, so I'm guessing that's how it's going to be if you have like a friend at home, or if you have like your sibling, or maybe a friend comes over and you want to play the game, you have that split screen. It also mentions that you'll also be able to play if you don't have a friend and you want to also still play the game, because the game requires co-op. You cannot play the game unless you're in a co-op. It also allows you to connect online. Now, the only thing I'm wondering is the split screen going to be the same for online, or are you going to have like your own main screen and the other person's going to have his own main screen? Because if it's going to have a split screen when you're playing online, that's going to kind of ruin the game, because in a split screen you only get a certain view of your surroundings, as if you have like the long screen, your screen, you're able to see more around you. So with the online, I hope they don't have the split screen. They probably won't, but I also am excited for the split screen when you want to have a friend over, and let's say he doesn't have the game but he wants to play the game, he can come over to your house and play the game with you. Though I am a bit disappointed in how the game is only going to be able to be played through only co-op, because let's say you don't have anybody that wants to go, or let's say your internet connection goes out and you want to play the game. You can't play the game because you need to have a co-op. You need to have either your friend, and let's say your friend's unavailable and you don't have internet, you can't play the game at all. I wish there would be a way, not sure, but as of this point right now, they say it's only going to be co-op. It can only be played through co-op. There's no like soloing the game. It has to be done through co-op. Now, this game, like I said, very excited for. Love how it's going to be like the prison break type thing where you have to escape from prison and your friend has to help you, or you do for the co-op. Very excited for this game. That's number 10 on my list. And that's it. That's my top 10 games that were announced at E3 that I am most excited for. There were a lot of other games that were announced that I also am excited for, but these are the top 10 ones that I'm actually very excited for, more than others. But I can't say that I did like the other games that were announced, except for the introduction for Just Dance 2018. That was just like, what did I just watch? Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Also, stay tuned for gameplays of Life is Strange, the first game that's come out. I will be doing a gameplay series on Life is Strange in preparation for the new game Life is Strange Before the Storm, because that's one of the games I will pick up once it releases, so that way I can get it out and do gameplays on that. Plus, I finished, what's the recent game I just finished? Geez, I don't even remember the recent game I just finished. I think it was, gosh, I don't even remember the last game I played. It's been so long since I actually done a real main game besides Rainbow Six Siege and Star Wars The Old Republic. Anyways, thank you all for watching, guys. Peace out. Stay tuned for Life is Strange gameplay coming out probably sometime next week, hopefully. Till then, peace out, live long and prosper, and may the force be with you.